What is up, guys? It's your boy Sepper, bringing you guys another tutorial, 2 in a row, guys. That is right. I'm hoping to do actually a lot more of these, and actually, turning my channel into more of a tutorial channel. I just feel like that's, what's gonna help a lot more people out, and I just kind of enjoy teaching people, things that'll help them improve on themselves, and things that they like to do. So, today I'm actually gonna be showing you guys 3D motion tracking with Elements 3D. If I get enough requests, I'll probably do one with Buju too. But right now, this is my main way of doing it. It's Elements. It's really easy. It's all built into After Effects, and it's something I love to do, guys. Let me show you a little, quick preview of what we're going to be doing. Let me just skip forward here. If you've seen this edit, you know what I'm talking about. It's just this right here. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today, guys. We're just going to be doing that 3D motion tracking. It's really clean, works very well. I'm going to show you how to make it, fit in with your actual, background and everything. Make it look like it's actually there. Because that's something that a lot of people don't do. They just place it in there and call it done. But, you want to add the shadows in there. You want to make it really look like it's part of that scene. So, let's just go ahead and get right into After Effects here, guys. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go pick my scene real quick. Or, scene is in cinematics, guys, if you don't know what scene is for. But, let's go ahead and go to my editing folder. Just pick from any one of these scenes here. Which one do I want to do, guys? What's this one here? I'll be a fan of that one. Let's do... This is a hard one, guys. You also want to pick a, Ooh, that could do. You're gonna want to pick something that really has a lot of good tracking points that you can really get a good track on. Of course, this one has soldiers in it. Let's do. No. These all have soldiers. Let me see if I have any on my desktop that we could use here. That is not a cinematic. That is not a cinematic either. Okay. Well, we'll just pick one of the ones that, we'll just have to do for now, because you don't have many sins. Maybe this one? That one will do. We'll just do that one just for the sake of time. Don't want to waste all the time just looking for a cinematic. Alright, so you got your cinematic, you're getting ready to make your comp. Go ahead and drag it right on down to this little picture thing here to make your a new composition based on the file. So in that way you get a nice, good, the equivalent to what your clip's going to be. That way you don't get any mess up with the renders. So we have our clip here. We're going to go ahead and start where it moves here. There we go. Go ahead and trim this to what we're gonna want it to be. That way we don't get any excess crap in there that we don't want. Alright, so look at that. We got our. We'll just cut it here. Do a short one. Go ahead and do our composition of that. Alright, so there we go. We have our little mini clip that we're gonna do our cinematic to. So obviously, Element is a aftermarket plugin, so it's not going to be built into your After Effects. You're going to want to go, find a free version of it if you want, or you can pay for it. It's going to cost a lot of money. But anyways, guys, maybe I'll do a tutorial on how to get that for free, some later tutorial. But for now, this is for the people that already have it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go search over here in this bar, and you're going to type in 3D camera tracker right here, guys. This one is built in, 3D camera tracker, that's built in. The only aftermarket plugin is Elements, so that's the only aftermarket that you have to worry about. So you can go ahead and take your 3D camera tracker, go ahead and throw it on the clip here. It's going to automatically start searching for our points. You know, this can take a little while, depending on your computer and your RAM size and whatever. It could take, you know, however long the clip is, it could take, you know, a couple minutes or seconds, I don't know, whatever you want to say. This one says 2 minutes. I'll just fast forward through this part, guys, so I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, now that we're back and we have our tracking points up, this is exactly what it should look like right after it's done analyzing and solving your frame. So now that you have all these points, you know, you do have these extra little things here. You can adjust your target size, which is obviously the target that you see right now, or you can adjust the point size. If you have really small points, you can turn them up a little bit, but I recommend that you don't because it could throw your track off. So right now you're going to want to go ahead and you're going to want to drag your thing around here a little bit, and you're going to want to see the frames that really stick best to where you're going to want to track. So I can kind of see a little bit of where my best track is going to be. It's going to be this good patch right here. So what you want to go ahead, you're going to click, you're going to left click and hold, and you're going to drag around the selected dots that you're going to want to use. So these are the ones that I'm going to want to use here. And once you're done, you can just let go, and it generates an automatic target for you that's going to fit your best track. So you can go ahead and right click. You're going to want to create text and camera. Go ahead and select that. And there we go. We have text. And as you can see, the text moves along with our motion track here. So we have a perfectly motion track text. If you already know how to do this, you know, you can skip a little bit further in the tutorial, but I recommend that you just keep along with this tutorial. That way, you know, you don't miss any steps. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to go change this to tut, just for the sake of a tutorial. But anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and drop this down here. I'm going to go to transform, and I'm just going to, you know, start rotating this a little bit. That way it's, it just fits the, you know, the look of the frame a little bit better. So I'm going to notice that it's going to have to straighten up a little bit here. Alright. And maybe we could use a little bit of spin around here. Give it a little spin. We're going to go ahead and throw this a little bit forward. That way our 3D doesn't look off. And by the way, you guys, this doesn't have to be perfect because we're just going to hide this layer anyways. So now that you can see it fits pretty well. Looks like it'll look good in 3D. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and, you can't really see it on this, so I'm just going to make this smaller. Go ahead and hide your text layer so you can't even see it. Just 1 second, guys. I'm going to take a drink. Alright, so you can go ahead and see that, you know, this the text is gone. So now what you're going to want to do, you want to go up to Layer, New, Solid. Doesn't matter what color, guys. Just choose any color. It doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and hit OK. And, you know, as you can see, you know, oh no, we can't see anything. So, you know, obviously we're going to want to put our effect on. Let's go ahead and come over to the search box again and go to Element. Go ahead, right here. And you can see it's under Video Copilot Element. I'm going to drag my element onto the solid layer. And as you can see, the black will come off. Just like that. Alright, so our black is off, and now what we're going to want to do is I'm actually going to need you guys to pay close attention to this one. Because this is where it gets a little complicated. You have a lot of settings here, and it's going to mess a lot of people up. So, in order to get your 3D text, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to Custom Layers. Drop this down. Go to Custom Text and Mask. Drop that down. Path Layer 1, you're going to want to click on the drop down here. And you're going to want to click Tut. That's our text layer. So after that, you can just go ahead and minimize these down. Actually, you know what? No, you're going to want to leave this up. Go to your Custom Texture Map. And if you have, like, if you guys want, like, a kind of shiny text that reflects off of all your environment, go to Custom Texture Map, hit this, and go to your Cinematic. Click on that, and then you can hide all this. And then you're going to also want to go to Render Settings next, because this is also going to give you your environment on your shininess, if you're going to have the shine on it. Go ahead and hit Environment, Override Layer. You're going to want to switch this to Cinematic also. And then that's pretty much it for that, guys. All you have to do now is hit your scene setup. Alright, and then here pops this up, and you're like, oh wait, nothing is here. All you have to do, guys, is just hit extrude. And there you go. We have our 3D text, and you know, you can, you know, adjust whatever color you want, whatever. They also have a lot of good presets, guys. You don't have to use all these ones if you don't want. They actually have bevels too, which I like using a lot. So I'm actually gonna do. I'm just gonna, you know, do this stripes, whatever. Go ahead and click it and drag it onto your face layer. See, we got a nice shine on there. We got a nice bevel. We have layers. So go ahead and hit OK. And you can see it's not where we had it. You know, with nothing there. Well, as you can see, something popped up in the left corner. I can see over here, and that's actually our text. A lot of the times with Elements, it'll throw it off in a random direction, and you won't be able to find it. So this is where you're going to want to play with your settings in order to find where your text is. So you can go ahead and hit Group 1. I'm going to go to, and you're going to want to go to Particle Replicator. And you know, you can adjust your position Z. I recommend that you don't do this too much because it could throw it out of your, you know, range where you want to track it. But you can, this is one that you can mess with. You can mess with the X and Y. That's going to throw it over. You know, you can see it kind of moving over there. And oh, there we go. There's our text. And what we're going to want to do now is we can adjust our Z a little bit. That way we can, you know, get it down in there. And as you can see, it's kind of looking a little bit better. But, you know, it's a little bit off, which, you know, you can go to your replicator rotation, which is under the same drop down for, you know, the particle replicator. So go ahead and drop this down. You can rotate it whatever way you would like. And I think that is going to look pretty good for me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, move this a little bit more. That way it's where I want it to be. You know, you're going to want to do this regularly too. You're going to want to check, because look, as you can see, it's not exactly where I thought it was on that frame. So I'm going to move it over here. I'm going to drop this back a little bit. Move it over this way. Go ahead and give this a try. As you can see, it's still a little bit off. It's not really following the way I want it to. And you know, the biggest thing about this is trial and error. Trial and error is a big part of this. I'm actually going to drop this down. As you can see, it's getting bigger, but that's okay, because you can go to Particle Look, which is under a different drop down, and change the size to go down. Which will throw your, you know, it'll throw everything back into place. That's why you don't want to mess with your Z too much. So now we can go and mess with this. And we're getting a little bit better here. But it's still a little bit off, as we can see. I'll throw this back up a little bit more, drop it back, see how this looks. Alright. See how this goes here. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty far out, so we're gonna have to drop it back a little bit. You know, sometimes your track points may not work as well, just like they're not working that well for me, because I just picked a random motion track that probably shouldn't be used for this. But for the sake of the tutorial, I'm just gonna leave it. You know, you're never gonna get perfect motion track. You know, some people get it really close and nice looking, but this is just gonna have to do for us. So I'm gonna call that about good. It's gonna do for me, at least. You know, we got, you know, moving text that moves with our frame. So that's pretty much that. Now the thing that's gonna make it stand out a lot, which I recommend you do, go ahead over your search bar and click Drop Shadow, or just type in drop. You'll find Drop Shadow right here under Perspective. Click and drag that onto your black solid. And you can go ahead and mess around with these settings. I'm going to mess with my direction a little bit. Turn the opacity down. And my distance, I'm going to change a lot. So, go ahead and change change it to kind of go on this right here. So as you can see, we have some perspective on here with some shadow, which the distance is probably a little bit too far away. I'm going to turn the opacity down a little bit too. You don't want too hard of that on there. Turn the softness up. Maybe turn the opacity up a little bit. See, as you can see, it's not as strong, but you still have a pop out text here. Change the distance a little bit on this. Get a little bit closer. Alright, that's pretty good. So as you can see, it stands out a lot better. You got some moving text. You can see the environment on it there. And you know, the one thing is it's going to always look better if you add a color correction on it. So let's go ahead and add a new adjustment layer. Go to, I'm just going to pick one out of my presets here. Let's do CC colors. Alright, so we have some color here. As you can see, everything looks very well. Let's do a quick RAM preview. I'm going to do it on third of the quality, actually. Let's do quarter of the quality. And we can just see the motion in here. Alright, so as you can see, we've got some nice moving text, 3D motion tracked. Everything's looking good. We have some nice color correction in there. Let's go ahead and play this. Look at that, guys. Got some 3D moving text with good old Elements 3D. And I love this program, guys. It works very well. You can see the shadow on it. It's working very great. Looks very well and blends in with this, you know, with the environment very well. So, you know, if you guys really want, I'll do one with Buju and Cinema 4D. That way you guys can get another, you know, outlook on different, you know, motion tracks. But other than that, guys, that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. You know, if you guys have any ideas or any tutorial ideas that you want, post them down in the comment section, please, guys. I'm going to be doing a lot more tutorials, and, you know, if you guys give me ideas, it's going to make everything a lot easier. So, yep, again, guys, have a great Christmas, because I'm probably uploading this on Christmas Day.